Hey guys, some of you asked about the pictures in my background, and actually I took all of them myself, and in today's video I would like to discuss the story behind this one. This is Space Mountain Mission 2, or now known as Hyperspace Mountain, at Disneyland Paris. This video is part of a series in which we discuss the story behind some of my most favorite roller coaster pictures, and if you stay until the end, I will show you how you can get your very own copy of one of those pictures yourself. This is a picture of Space Mountain Mission 2, or Hyperspace Mountain as it's known now, and this picture is a very special one because that one took me almost 3 entire hours to take it. And let me explain what I mean by that. By the way, there's also an article on my website which explains it in a bit more detail, and I try to break that down here real quick. So I was about to buy a new smartphone in fall of 2019, and therefore I had to shoot a new wallpaper. And I knew my new wallpaper had to be a roller coaster, but it had to fit in my layout of my screen. So basically I defined a template for my new wallpaper, which was defining where there are safe spaces and where the actual subject can be. And I figured Space Mountain Mission 2 would be a nice one because on the top you have the sky, which is pretty easy, on the ice for the control surfaces, as well as at the bottom. Originally I thought it would be a nice idea to shoot a picture of Space Mountain with the small lake in front of it, but that turned out to be not as good as I thought. So I then, realizing my original idea for my wallpaper wouldn't work, started to walk around in the park just with my eyes and my feet, walking around doing like little circles around the subject, which is Space Mountain. And this process took me almost 3 hours, and I was just walking around in circles and going further and further away from Space Mountain, and eventually I ended up behind the Sleeping Beauty's castle. And when Space Mountain came back into view, which was around this perspective, I was like, oh my god, I just found what I was after. And if we take a closer look at that picture, we can clearly see the top is very calm, so there is not much going on, just blue. It fits perfectly for my control surfaces. In the middle, there's the actual subject, which is in this case the really recognizable building of Space Mountain Mission 2. And at the bottom, we also have a very calm element with the grassy hill, which is leading up to the Sleeping Beauty's castle. And it just fit perfectly into my template I created. And therefore it's one of my favorite pictures because I think this is the picture which I took where most planning before I took the picture went into. Not in terms of where to stand to take the picture, but more of what does the picture need to have or need to depict that I'm actually happy with it. And the grassy hill also serves as a second function, and this is to improve the parallax effect on the screen. So if you swipe to the left or to the right, this grassy hill will actually change its position ever so slightly and increase the parallax effect. So I'm pretty happy with that picture. And as I said, originally it was only meant as a wallpaper for my phone, but I ended up printing it out anyway because I figured it just looks awesome on the wall too. And I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with that picture because for me, the composition, the colors, the subject itself, I really do love Space Mountain Mission 2. And of course, because I know the story behind this picture, this ended up becoming one of my most favorite roller coaster pictures. Even though it's not really depicting a roller coaster itself, well, sure, Space Mountain is, but it's only the building around it. So this is the story behind my picture of Space Mountain Mission 2, which is hanging in the background. And I hope you like this story time. In case you did, head over to my website, which is coasterpix.com, which is written coasterpix.com, which is my website where I host all my photos which I take of roller coasters when I'm out there in theme parks. And if you like one of those photos, you can download them as a free wallpaper, or even head over to my web shop where you get redirected to display.com, where you can find my collection of roller coaster pictures just like this one, which you then can buy and ship to your home. And the best thing is, not only do you have a roller coaster picture hanging on your wall, no, you also support me by doing so. So thank you if you considered visiting my website or even going onto my store. For the rest of you, thanks for watching. I'm Greenie, this is Greenbox. I will see you in the next one, and I hope you enjoyed story time behind my pictures in the background. Thanks, see ya, bye.